There's a reason you're watching this. Thoth, the scribe of the gods, encoded a book into the very fabric of the universe. It can't be read with words. You can change reality with the language in this book. If you're reading this, you're ready to learn it. The promise is simple. Things will change in your life so quickly that people may start calling you a magician. But first, I need to give you the first key, the reason why everything you've tried so far has failed. You've asked, prayed, and visualized for your whole life, but the universe has never given you what you asked for. It's always responded to what you shook it. It's also likely that your vibration has been the worst thing for you. I'm not going to give you any theories right now. The code is mine. I am going to show you exactly how your energy has been making the exact opposite of what you want and how to stop this. What you are about to learn is not the law of attraction, but the physics of reality, which has been kept secret for thousands of years. You will never ask the universe for anything again if you stay until the end. You'll tell it what to do. Before we go any further, please take a moment to subscribe if you feel called to continue on this path of self-study. You could think of it as a promise to yourself to get the wisdom you are ready for. And right now is the time to show that you are ready to learn this. Comment "My reality changes now" to confirm your decision if you feel the call. If this message has already hit home for you, you might want to share this video right now. There are others like you who are also looking for this information. When you share, you act as a beacon, guiding this knowledge to those who need it most. The truth is that you were taught the wrong way to deal with the universe. You were told to beg, ask, and negotiate with an outside force, as if life were a cosmic government agency where you had to make your requests and wait for them to be approved. You've spent years making the most perfect wishes, praying with all your heart, hoping that if you just asked in the right way, the universe would finally give you what you want. But this relationship between the beggar and the giver is just a trick that keeps you powerless and reliant on something outside of yourself. The universe is not a person or thing that decides if you are good enough. It's an endless field of energy that works according to laws that don't depend on people, like the law of gravity. The law of vibration is the main law that controls how reality is made. It says that everything in the universe is always moving or vibrating, from the tiniest subatomic particles to the biggest galaxies of space. Nothing stays the same. There is a certain frequency that everything vibrates at. Instead of seeing yourself as a body with a mind, think of yourself as an energy field that is vibrating, like a symphony of frequencies sending a single steady signal into the quantum field. This signal is your unique set of vibrations. The sum of your beliefs, feelings, thoughts, and states of being is who you are. It's your deepest truth, broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without any filters. This signature works just like a radio station. Your mind might want to tune in to 107.7 FM and listen to a beautiful classical symphony. It doesn't matter how badly you want the symphony if your whole body is tuned to 92.5 FM and heavy metal is blasting. The metal is all that will be heard. Your intention is what you want, but your vibration is how you tune it. If you want to change the station, the universe won't respond. It will respond to the frequency you are sending out right now. These are the reasons why people who are afraid keep getting more things to be afraid of, while people who are grateful keep finding more reasons to be thankful. Thousands of years ago, the great Egyptian sage Thoth wrote this truth down. He was known as the scribe of the gods and the guardian of secret knowledge. He said in his teachings that vibration is the basic cause of everything that happens. He wasn't being poetic, he was talking about exact physics. The universe doesn't understand how complicated language is. It doesn't pick up on when you say, "I want money," when you don't have any, or make requests for love when you're feeling alone. It only understands frequency, which is a language everyone speaks. Your energetic emission is a clear, direct order, and the quantum field perfectly reflects it. The main issue that makes people angry is that what their conscious mind wants is different from what their whole being is actually vibrating. Even if you say positive things about abundance over and over again, if your emotions and beliefs are based on lack and the fear of not having enough, then the frequency you give off is one of lack. In reality, you're sending two messages that are at odds with each other. This is what the universe will show you, because your emotions and subconscious are much stronger than a fleeting thought. If you ask for wealth but vibrate poverty, the universe will give you more poverty. This dissonance is the silent opposition that has stopped you from moving forward. The law is working perfectly, so you are making the exact opposite of what you want. This is not because you are being punished or having bad luck. What you are getting is an exact copy of your dominant broadcast. It's an ideal system. So the question is not how to ask better. The question is how to change the way you vibrate. And before we can do that, we need to find the real source of that broadcast. Write, "I am the source of my reality" in the comments if you are ready to take back your power. This statement should be the first thing you do to stop asking and start telling. Typing these words makes you more determined to stop being a victim of your circumstances and start making them better. Where does this vibrational signature really come from? It seems to have a life of its own and has been deciding what you do with your life without your knowledge. You don't know the answer. The place where your broadcast comes from is much more real, honest, and powerful. It lives in the one place that can't lie, the place where all of your unresolved sadness, anger, and happiness are stored. It's your body. The antenna that has been sending your true frequency all along has been your body. Now, we need to pay attention to it. Your mind is very good at lying. It can make up complicated stories to make you believe that everything is okay, even if your world is falling apart. It can tell itself, "I am confident," even if you can't speak your truth because of fear. It can make you feel like you've forgiven someone, even though you're still angry at them. Your mind is like a skilled politician. It is always negotiating with reality to show the best version of itself. But these things don't happen to your body. Your body is like a scientist. It's an unbiased observer that only records and sends the raw, unfiltered truth of how you're feeling inside. Imagine that your body is a very sensitive biological antenna that sends data to the quantum field all the time. Every feeling you have is a data packet being sent. When you need to speak up, that lump in your throat isn't just an uncomfortable feeling. It's just how often you're holding back. That constant weight on your shoulders is the frequency of being too much to handle. When you think about the future, that tight feeling in your chest is the frequency of anxiety being sent out into the world. You can trust your body to tell the truth about your soul. Thoth's teachings were kept alive in the Hermetic traditions, which saw the body not as a machine made of flesh and bone, but as a holy vessel. In alchemy, the Athanor is the furnace where the most profound changes take place. The body is where strong emotions like fear, anger, and sadness are stored. They don't just go away if they aren't processed and changed. They get stuck in your body's tissues and turn into stress, pain that you can't explain, and illness. And from there, they keep vibrating, sending their pain frequency into the quantum field and attracting more situations that feel the same way. Your body is always in a state of fight or flight, with tense muscles and a nervous system on high alert. If your body is always in this state, you are sending out a frequency of danger and stress. It's not the pretty pictures you have in your head that affect the universe. It's the biochemical and energetic reality of your body. It can tell how tense your shoulders are, how acidic your stomach is, and how fast your heartbeat is beating. That is your real prayer and affirmation. And the universe, being a perfect mirror, will keep sending you stressful situations that make sense of your state. When you stop seeing your body as an enemy or a broken car that needs fixing, you make a big change. From now on, You should think of it as a smart feedback system, a guide that tells you exactly where your energy is stuck. That back pain isn't a problem that can be solved with medicine. It's a sign that you are carrying weights that aren't yours to carry. That migraine is no longer a sign of bad luck. It's a sign that your mind is stuck in a conflict that you won't acknowledge. The first thing you need to do to clear your broadcast is to pay attention to your body. You are basically cleaning your antenna when you start to consciously breathe into places where you feel tension, move in ways that release stuck energy, and let bottled up emotions come to the surface, be felt, and then let go of. You are adjusting the frequency of your radio. As time goes on, the transmission gets clearer and more in line with what your consciousness really wants. The body stops being a prison of pain and turns into a power tool, a highly tuned transmitter for the frequencies of happiness, health, and freedom. If this speaks to you, please honor your body by writing in the comments, "I listen to the wisdom of my body." This affirmation is a choice to pay attention to what your body is telling you. By typing it, you promise to see your body not as something that gets in the way, but as your best and most honest guide. But as you start to clean up, you might notice something odd. It looks like the change will not last. You feel good for 1 or 2 days, but then all of a sudden, the old patterns of stress and anxiety come back. This is because of an unnoticed program in your mind that acts as a silent guardian, and its only job is to keep you close to your normal state, even if that normal state is one of pain. And it is this hidden force that made your reality what it is that we must now face. Imagine that when you were very young, your mind made a safety program for you. Its main job was to make sure you lived no matter what. Like you, it quickly learned what was safe and what was dangerous from your childhood. If being heard and seen led to criticism, the program learned that it's safer to be invisible. It learned that being suspicious is safe if trusting someone led to being lied to. It learned that staying in its comfort zone is safe if trying something new and failing made it look bad. Thoth said that this plan was the watcher at the gates. It's now known as the pattern guardian. It's not true that this guardian is evil. It doesn't mean to hurt you. It actually loves you no matter what, and its only job is to keep you safe. The issue is that its idea of safety has not changed over time. For the guardian, safe means the same thing as loved one. If you have been through something before, you think it is safe. This includes a cycle of poverty, an unhealthy relationship, or a deep sense of not being good enough. As soon as you try to break out of that familiar pattern, the guardian sees it as a threat to your life. Here is where self-harm starts. The guardian security system goes off as soon as you decide to change your life, raise your vibration, and go after something new and better. It starts working right away to bring you back to familiar ground. Its strategies are also very subtle and smart. It doesn't look like a monster screaming, "Don't change." It works through thoughts that sound like yours. Who do you think you are to succeed? This is too good to be true. You're just going to fail again, like you always do. That voice of doubt is not you. The guardian's voice is that one. The guardian will use the outside world to stop you if thoughts aren't enough. Just as you're getting ready to start a new business, out of the blue, there's a financial crisis. On the day you decide to eat better, a friend brings you your favorite cake. When you meet someone who treats you with respect, you don't know why you don't trust them and look for flaws until you push them away. Not by chance, and not as tests from the universe. These are smart moves by your guardian, who is using reality to send you back to the safety of your old prison. You're not up against fate, the world, or bad luck. Your real battle is inside you, against old programming that has been running your life without you being aware of it. The guardian is really the one who made your repetitive reality. It's the reason you keep meeting the same kind of people, never make more money than a certain amount, and give up on your dreams just before they come true. It is signing your reality for you based on a safety agreement you made a long time ago without realizing it. It doesn't make sense to try to fight the guardian directly. It's a part of you, so fighting it is like fighting yourself, which makes things worse and makes the pattern stronger. You can't beat it with force. Being aware is the only way to start turning off its power. In the subconscious, the guardian works in the shadows. What hurts it the most is the light of observation. When it is seen, it can't keep control. This guardian can be brought into the light with ease, a mirror that it can't avoid. All of your hidden programs, fears, and limiting beliefs are shown to you very clearly in this mirror. Your outside world is that secret mirror. Declare your freedom in the comments. I am free from my old patterns. If this information makes you feel strong, share it. This sentence brings to light the unconscious ways that your pattern guardian works. Writing these words is an act of awareness that weakens its hold and makes you more determined to make a new conscious reality. Most people think that the outside world is a separate, solid, and separate thing from them. They see themselves as subjects who move through a world full of things, people, and events that happen to them. This idea that we are separate is the main lie that keeps us stuck in the victim role. As the ancient Hermetic said, as within, so without, this is not just a beautiful philosophical phrase. It is a literal explanation of how the world works. You don't live in an objective world. It's an exact holographic copy of how you feel inside. Your life is like a mirror. Everyone and everything that comes into your life is there to show you a part of yourself. The behavior of that person that really bothers you is a reflection of a trait that you have but try to hide or deny. It's your own shadow cast on someone else. The lack of money that bothers you isn't an outside issue. It's a reflection of a deep-seated belief that you're not good enough or a deep-seated fear of the responsibility that wealth would bring. Things don't go the way you want them to. It makes you clear. Press the like button if you agree that this is a profound truth. It's more than just a click. Think of it as your energetic agreement with this universal law, which proves that you are the real creator of your life. When you really understand this, everything changes in your life. You stop reacting passively to things going on around you and start actively exploring your own inner world. Why is this happening to me? Is no longer the question. It turns into, what in me is making this happen? The world changes from a battlefield to a classroom, and every difficult person or event turns into a teacher in disguise, someone sent by your deeper self to help you see what you couldn't see on your own. These messengers are the best way to see what your pattern guardian is programmed to do. The things that make you feel the most upset are like neon signs that point right to the limiting beliefs that the guardian is guarding. If you feel disrespected all the time, the mirror is showing you that you don't respect yourself. If you keep dating people who break up with you, the mirror is showing you a deep-seated fear of being left alone. The outer pattern is only there to make sure that the inner pattern is correct. You stop trying to change the mirror now that you see it this way. To try to change the person who bothers you or your outside finances is pointless, just like polishing the mirror is pointless to try to change your reflection. You are the only place where real change can happen. You are the projector that is making the image. The most shocking thing about this mirror is how accurate it is. Many of the things you do for spiritual and personal growth may actually be making the problem worse. If you meditate to get rid of your anxiety, you are actually making it stronger, which will make more things happen that will make you anxious. Reading wealth affirmations when you are desperate will reinforce the vibration of lack, and the mirror will show you even more lack. When we realize this, we have to question one of the most common tools for manifesting in the world. This technique, when used while under the influence of the pattern guardian, turns into a strong anchor that holds you in place right where you are. We're talking about seeing things clearly. In the comments, say, "My inner world creates my outer world." If you're ready to stop being a victim of your circumstances, start taking action. This idea is what makes freedom real. When you type this affirmation, it helps you remember that you are not helpless against the world. You are the source of its reflection. You were taught that the best way to make your dreams come true is to picture them in as much detail and emotion as you can. Picture the ideal home, car, or relationship. Close your eyes and feel the happiness as if it were real. It makes sense. Tell the universe exactly what you want. For most people, though, this practice turns into a sneaky but strong trap. The secret that not many people know is that the vibration behind the image is what makes things happen. You are not sending out the frequency of your desire fulfilled when you visualize when you are feeling like you need something or are angry with the way things are right now. In reality, you are making the frequency of its absence louder. Every time I think about the new car, I subconsciously think, I don't have this now. Every happy thought about having the perfect relationship is ruined by the pain of being alone right now. When you scream to the universe with all your emotional power, look at how incomplete my life is. Look at what I'm missing. When you feel like you're not complete or lacking something, the universe responds by giving you more experiences of that. The law of vibration never stops. It doesn't care what you want or how beautiful your thoughts are. It only reacts to the energy that you give off most. To visualize from a place of lack is to separate yourself. You set your goal high for a long time from now and widen the energetic gap between where you are now and where you want to be. You push your desire farther away instead of closer, leaving it forever on the horizon like a mirage you can never reach. This was known to Thoth and the adepts of Hermeticism. They taught that imagination can only be used to make things when it is filled with certainty. It's not enough to imagine. You need to become it. The difference is small, but it changes everything. Visualizing means seeing something in your mind that isn't there. Embodying means becoming the person who already lives that reality in your body and mind. It's not about making up stories about what might happen in the future. It's about getting to a state of being that is already possible in the quantum field. It's a vibrational memory, not something new that was made. Imagine that there are an infinite number of copies of you living in different worlds. You have a version of yourself that is already a millionaire, healthy, and deeply in love. When you embody, you tune your frequency to that part of yourself. It's not the happiness of having something that you feel in every cell of your body. It's the ease and comfort of being someone. How would you feel and act every day if you were already very rich? Most likely not with a desperate sense of excitement, but with a calm and sure confidence. That's the frequency you need to get to. The quantum field stops seeing you as a beggar and starts seeing you as a command center once you master the shift from wanting to embodying, from visualizing to being. You're no longer sending a message of not having anything. You are sending out a signal that says, I am this. And the universe, like a good servant, starts to change the scenery in your life to match your new sense of self. Manifestation stops being a goal and starts being a result. But even this very strong practice is based on an idea. But there's a language that is even more basic. It doesn't need sights, sounds, or thoughts. It is the universe's pure language of energy and how it talks to itself. Now it's your turn to learn it. Believe this new way of being. I no longer chase, I embody and attract. If you're ready to move from wanting to becoming, leave a comment. This is your chance to say goodbye to the energy of lack and separation. As you type these words, they help you move from wanting your future to being the person who is living it now. We've now reached the mystery's core. The most powerful way to change energy is not through words, signs, or even mental pictures. Emotions that make sense are the first language, the source code of reality that makes things work and changes the course of time. It is a state of being that goes beyond thought and turns into a real force. In Thoth's teachings, this was called the vibration that brings the heart and mind together into one fire. It was clear to him that something amazing happens when the energy fields of the heart and mind connect and vibrate together. Around the body, an extremely strong and well-organized electromagnetic field is made. The signal is no longer jumbled. It is now a clear, stable, and strong carrier wave. Today, labs run by modern science organizations like HeartMath are proving this. Emotions like genuine gratitude, compassion, and love that doesn't depend on anything else are real. The heart's electromagnetic field is thousands of times stronger than the brain's and has wave patterns that can be measured, are coherent, and are in tune with each other. It's the language of power. It's not enough to just think grateful thoughts. You have to embody the frequency of gratitude and let it fill every part of your being until there is no more doubt. In the quantum field, you turn into a laser beam of intention when you stay in this state of coherence. Most people give off weak, dispersed energy like a light bulb. You, on the other hand, give off a strong, focused beam. It becomes clear what your vibrational signature is. The universe used to get mixed signals from you, but now it gets a clear order and has no choice but to follow it. This is where real alchemy takes place. The fight is over. Instead of chasing butterflies, you grow a garden that makes them want to come to you. You no longer have to look for love, money, or success. You only have to become the frequency of love, abundance, and happiness, and the quantum field will legally start drawing those things to you. You stop being a hunter and start drawing people to you. This is why people will start calling you lucky or even a wizard. They won't get why things always work out for you. They don't see the work you do on the inside, the discipline of keeping your vibrations in sync. But getting to this point is one thing. Keeping it up is the hardest thing of all, because even if you master this frequency, there is one last enemy, a silent saboteur who can destroy everything you've worked for in an instant. It is mild and you can feel it in your mind. You finally get to that point where everything makes sense. Your energy is balanced, your heart and mind are vibrating at the same time, and you can feel the world starting to shift. Coincidences happen all the time. But just when you think you have a lot of power, the most dangerous enemy comes out of the shadows of your mind, not an outside force, but a voice inside. This seems too good to be true. How long will it last? That's doubt. It's the silent spell, the frequency that stops creation as soon as it's sent out, and the opposite of your magic. A thought of doubt is not harmless. It is an act of making something else. Think of your strong, well-organized emotion as a wave that sends information about your new reality to the quantum field. If you have doubt, it's like an anti-wave. It's the same frequency but has the opposite polarity. When they meet, they make each other less strong. This leads to stagnation. The universe stops moving in your favor. This is not because it wants to punish you, but because it was told to stop. When you doubt yourself, you use your own creative power against yourself. To protect people from the divided mind, which casts shadows on the field of creation, Thoth spoke out. In fact, this is what doubt does. It's like an alchemist who heats the pot to turn lead into gold for 1 minute and then pours cold water on it for the next minute. The process is always going on. Is that cold water? This last enemy is your pattern guardian in its most subtle form. Reason is its most advanced weapon because it knows that obvious fears can't stop you anymore. It's easy for doubt to hide behind logic or being realistic. It uses the fact that you have failed in the past to show that you can't keep being successful. That careful voice you think is your own wisdom is actually your jailer pretending to be an advisor. The spell is very well put together. You don't have to fight doubt to get rid of it. It gets stronger when you fight it. The only way to really master something is to watch it without identifying with it. Picture yourself sitting next to a river. Doubt is like a boat going by. Not only do you see it and say, "Hello, doubt, I see you," but you don't jump in. It just floats by while your attention stays on the bank of the river, where you feel sure and in control. In this way, you take your energy away from doubt. Focusing on it takes away its power and makes it fade. But how do you keep this certainty when things are always going wrong? Your mind is anchored in a place where doubt can't live, in a way that is both physical and energetic. You can make a strong choice in the comments if you want to master your mind. I choose certainty over doubt. Your order to the universe and to yourself is that you will stop feeding the frequency that stops creation. Writing this makes you more determined to believe in your power, even when your old programming tries to stop you. Your mind keeps going back and forth in time. In an instant, it pulls you back to regrets and mistakes in the past, making you feel sad and guilty. It throws you into a made-up future in the next one, painting pictures of disaster and worry. You are pulled away from these two movements, from the only place where your creative power really exists: the present moment. The now is the 0 point, the place where matter and energy meet. There is no other place where your vibrational broadcast is happening. The teachings of Thoth say that linear time is just a mind trick. Everything exists at the same time in an eternal present at the core of consciousness. To get to your power, you need to be in the present moment, something to hold on to. That strong anchor is your own breath. The physical link between what you can see and what you can't see is your breath. Giving your full attention to the feeling of air coming into and going out of your body is a very powerful process. By pulling your attention out of your mind's jumbled maze and back into your body, you firmly ground yourself in the present. Do it now. Take a moment to just notice one full breath. Feel the cool air coming in and the warm air going out. What happened to your worry about the future when you did that simple thing? Where did your regret about the past go? They were gone for a short time. They can't be in the present moment. Being aware of your breathing is a quick way to get to the present. That's the button you can press at any time to shut down the voice of doubt. You build a new muscle of presence by focusing on your breath over and over again throughout the day. You may still have thoughts, but they won't be able to take over your mind. What they do is like clouds moving through the sky of your mind, and you stay as the big, clear sky. From this point of stability, you can keep your state of coherence, which makes your new reality stronger. The act of gratitude, you were taught, is often just a mental exercise, a way to keep track of the good things that happen to you. That being said, this is useful, but it's not the whole story. The ancient masters knew a secret code that was not at all like the ones we use today. It was proactive and creative thanksgiving, a gratitude that takes into account both the present and the future. This kind of gratitude can be called embodied and anticipatory. This code isn't about being thankful for what you have, but about being thankful for what you already are in a world your senses haven't seen yet. It means feeling deeply thankful for the reality you want, as if it were already a fact. You don't feel thankful for having plenty in the future. You feel thankful for someone who has plenty now. You don't thank your lucky stars for the love that is coming your way. You thank the person who is already living that love. When you do this, you send a signal to the quantum field that is very clear and strong. You send a signal of confirmation instead of a signal of desire, "I want this," which vibrates at the frequency of lack. You say, "Thank you, I have already received it." This frequency of already received makes time and space seem to be at odds with each other. The universe works on the principle of cause and effect, and it notices an effect, your genuine gratitude, even though there is no cause in your physical reality. It has to show the cause in order to solve this equation. Find a moment of stillness to work on this. Instead of picturing what you want, talk to the part of yourself that already has it. How does that person feel? Not the excitement at first, but the steady state of being. Feel the freedom, peace and safety. Let that emotion grow until it's too much to handle. Then, let gratitude come up on its own from that place. I'm deeply thankful, not for anything, but for just being. Thank you for the peace. Thank you for letting me be free. Being grateful in your actions is a command, not a request. It's the language of for sure things. It gets rid of doubt at its source, since how could you doubt something you are already thankful for? You can rest in that certainty and let the universe take care of the rest. Give this video a like if the idea of embodying gratitude speaks to you. Take note of this big change in the way you understand things. This will help it have a bigger impact on your life. When you change your frequency this much, the universe starts to change in a big way to match your new vibration. A lot of the time, this process looks like a time of chaos. The old reality that was built on your old frequency needs to be taken apart so that the new one can take its place. It's like remodeling a house. You have to tear down the old to build the new. The time of change that Thoth called the bridge of incidents. Strange things happen as you cross it. Some relationships may end because they don't fit with your new frequency. You might suddenly hate your job, which will force you to look for something more suitable. Also, new people and chances you didn't expect will start to show up. It's important to know that this mess doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. In the end, it's the best proof that your vibrational shift worked. Every event that seems bad is just an old piece of scenery being taken away. It's like you're walking between two worlds. One word will help us get through this: trust. Because they are sure that every piece that falls apart makes room for something better. At this point, most people freak out. "I told you so," screams the pattern guardian. "Go back to what was safe." But you need to keep your feet on the ground in your practice of presence. Breathe when chaos strikes. Get back to the middle. Believe in the process. After crossing the bridge, you emerge into a new reality. But the deepest change is within you. You realize you are no longer practicing being abundant or trying to be loved. The practice has dissolved into existence. You simply are. This is the state of being, the final result of inner alchemy. Your identity has been transmuted. Your desired frequency is now your natural state. From this point on, creation becomes a passive consequence of your presence. You become a powerful center of energetic organization. Your mere presence influences your environment, bringing it into harmony. You become a tuning fork, and by resonance, everything around you begins to vibrate at a higher frequency. The law of attraction now works in reverse and without effort. You no longer attract what you want, you attract what you are. The right people, opportunities, and resources are magnetically drawn to you. You become a magnet for miracles. This happens because you no longer see yourself as a separate person trying to manipulate an external field. You recognize yourself as an individualized expression of the field itself. You finally understand that the power was never in a technique. It was always in your identity. You find a last language, an even stronger force, when you master coherent emotion and ground yourself in the state of being. Not the lack of noise, but a deep, resonant stillness inside. That kind of silence comes from someone who knows. This stillness inside is the 0 point of the quantum field, the empty space where all possibilities can grow. If you stay in this silence for a long time, you turn into the eye of the hurricane, a place where everything is calm. Your commands to the universe are no longer based on feelings. They are now pulses of pure intention coming from the empty space of your mind. You only have to make a choice in that silence, and the universe will make that choice come true. This is the level of the magician who doesn't need a lab anymore. The furnace of change is his own consciousness. You started out on this journey because of the promise of a secret book. Now you understand something simple. The book was always inside you. You're the book. The paper is your body. How you feel is the ink. The language is the frequency of your vibration. You're both the author and the reader in your mind. To understand the language of energy, you had to learn how to read yourself. Real mastery isn't about controlling the outside world. It's about being in charge of your own mind all the time. When you reach this level of inner sovereignty, you naturally gain control over the outside world. No longer are you changing the world, you are changing worlds. And all you have to do is change yourself. You are now in the middle of your universe, where everything moves from. The look is over. What should we do now? That's the question. Now life really starts. Life stops being a series of automatic responses and starts being a conscious act of making things all the time. You are the ship's captain. No longer do you look forward to the day when you wake up. You make up your mind when you wake up. You decide how things will go. The world around you is the effect, and you are the cause. Write "My reality changes now" in the comments if you've made it this far. This will help you remember this message. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already. That way, you won't miss the next step in your journey. We are all on this journey of discovery together. The first pinned comment has a link to a place where you can donate directly to the channel if you'd like to. Thank you very much for any help. But you have already done a huge amount to help by watching this video all the way through. That help can go even further if you share this video with someone who needs to see it. You never know who in your life is waiting for this key to open the door to their own power. Sharing this knowledge is a kind thing to do that brings us all together.